The vast emptiness of space held many secrets. Among them was a truth that would soon shake the very foundations of the Galactic Council. Earth was not as weak as they thought. For centuries, the Council had watched Earth from afar. They saw its petty wars, its pollution, and its divided nations. Primitives, they called the humans, with a mix of pity and contempt. Little did they know that this judgment would soon come back to haunt them. On a day like any other, the skies above Earth's major cities darkened. At first, people thought it was just unusual weather, but as the clouds parted, massive ships appeared. They were unlike anything humans had ever seen. Sleek, dark, and terrifyingly alien. Panic spread like wildfire. News channels broadcast the images worldwide. Governments scrambled to respond. In the United Nations, world leaders argued about what to do. Some wanted to try communication. Others called for immediate military action. Before they could decide, the aliens made the first move. They were the Zorgans, a warrior race known for their brutality across the galaxy. Green beams of energy shot down from their ships, destroying military bases and government buildings. The attack was swift and merciless. In Washington, D.C., President Sarah Chen watched in horror as the White House crumbled. She was quickly moved to a secret bunker. "We need to fight back," she said, her voice steady despite the chaos. "Humanity will not go down without a fight." Similar scenes played out across the globe. In Moscow, President Volkov ordered his nuclear submarines to prepare for a counterattack. In Beijing, the Chinese military mobilized its vast army. Even smaller nations like Kenya and Chile declared their intention to resist. The aliens, confident in their superior technology, expected an easy victory. They had conquered many worlds before. Earth, they thought, would be no different. But they had made a crucial mistake. They had underestimated the human spirit. In the streets of New York, a group of civilians fought back against alien foot soldiers. Armed with nothing but improvised weapons, they managed to take down several Zorgan warriors. The aliens were shocked. They had never seen a species fight so fiercely with such primitive tools. Meanwhile, in a secret lab in Japan, Dr. Yuki Tanaka worked tirelessly. She had been studying alien signals for years. Now she raced against time to decode the Zorgan communications. "If we can understand them," she said to her team, "we can fight them." Across the world, humans began to organize. They shared information online, coordinated resistance efforts, and pooled resources. The internet, once used for cat videos and social media, became a powerful tool of war. In the skies, Earth's air forces engaged the alien ships. They were outgunned and outmaneuvered, but they refused to give up. Pilot Jin Lee of the South Korean Air Force managed to bring down a Zorgan fighter with a daring maneuver. As he parachuted to safety, he saw other pilots following his lead. "We can beat them," he thought. "We just need to be smarter." On the ground, armies from different nations began to work together. Old enemies became allies in the face of this new threat. In the Middle East, Israeli and Palestinian soldiers fought side by side against the alien invaders. In the mountains of Afghanistan, local tribes guided NATO forces through secret passages to launch surprise attacks on alien bases. As the first day of the invasion came to an end, the Zorgans expected to see a conquered planet. Instead, they found a world united in defiance. Humans had suffered heavy losses, but they had also scored some victories. More importantly, they had learned. Scientists around the world began studying alien technology from crashed ships. Engineers started adapting human weapons to be more effective against the invaders. In the Galactic Council, news of Earth's resistance caused a stir. "How is this possible?" asked the Xindi representative. "They're just primitives." The Arcturian ambassador looked thoughtful. "Perhaps," he said, "we have misjudged these humans." Back on Earth, as the sun set on the first day of the war, humanity prepared for the battles to come. They were bloody but unbowed. In homes, in bunkers, and in hastily assembled camps, people shared stories of bravery and hope. They knew the fight ahead would be hard, but they also knew something the aliens didn't. Humans never, ever give up. The stage was set for a conflict that would change the galaxy forever. Earth's fierce retaliation was just beginning, and the Galactic Council was about to learn a lesson they would never forget. As the sun rose on the second day of the invasion, the Zorgans were in for a surprise. They had expected to find a broken world, ready to surrender. Instead, they faced a humanity more united and determined than ever before. In the ruins of London, a group of teenagers huddled around a broken alien device. "Look at this," said Aisha, a young engineering student. "The power source is like nothing we've ever seen." Her friends nodded, their eyes gleaming with curiosity and determination. All across the globe, scenes like this were playing out. Humans weren't just fighting back. They were learning, adapting, and innovating. Meanwhile, in the heart of Silicon Valley, tech giants had turned their vast resources towards the war effort. Social media platforms became command centers, coordinating global resistance. Search engines transformed into real-time alien tracking systems. Even gaming companies joined in, using their servers to run complex simulations of alien technology. The Zorgans, confident in their superior firepower, launched a massive attack on New Delhi. They expected an easy victory. What they got was a nightmare. The Indian military, working with local tech experts, had quickly developed a jamming system that interfered with alien communications. As Zorgan ships approached the city, their systems went haywire. "Now," shouted General Patel. In that moment, hidden anti-aircraft guns opened fire, downing dozens of alien craft. Across the Pacific, in the dense jungles of Brazil, another kind of warfare was unfolding. Indigenous tribes, long seen as primitive by their own government, were now humanity's secret weapon. Their deep knowledge of the rainforest allowed them to ambush alien patrols with ease. "We've been protecting this land for centuries," said Rayoni, a tribal elder. "We won't let some sky people take it from us." In laboratories around the world, scientists worked around the clock. Dr. Emily Wong in Singapore made a breakthrough in understanding alien biology. "Their cellular structure," she explained to her team, "it's vulnerable to certain Earth bacteria." This discovery led to the development of new biological weapons that could target Zorgans without harming humans. The aliens were also facing an unexpected problem: Earth's internet. Despite their best efforts to shut it down, humans always found a way to get back online. Hackers from countries like Estonia and Israel infiltrated Zorgan systems, causing chaos in their ranks. One teenager in Kenya even managed to rickroll an entire alien battleship, much to the amusement of resistance fighters worldwide. But it wasn't just about technology. Humanity's greatest strength was its diversity and adaptability. In the icy wastes of Antarctica, scientists and special forces worked together to turn the harsh environment into a weapon against the heat-loving Zorgans. In the scorching deserts of Australia, Aboriginals used ancient techniques to hide entire communities from alien scanners. Even in occupied areas, humans refused to give up. In Paris, chefs poisoned alien officers with carefully prepared meals that looked safe to their sensors, but were deadly to Zorgan biology. In Tokyo, sumo wrestlers proved surprisingly effective in hand-to-hand combat against alien foot soldiers, their low center of gravity giving them an edge. The Zorgans, used to fighting with brute force, found themselves outmaneuvered at every turn. Their commanders couldn't understand how a species that still used fossil fuels could be so troublesome. What they failed to grasp was the power of human creativity and spirit. In orbit, the International Space Station became an unlikely hub of resistance. Astronauts from different countries worked together to sabotage alien satellites and gather crucial intelligence. "For the first time," said Commander Chen, looking down at the blue planet, "I see Earth not as many countries, but as one world united." Back on the ground, even children were joining the fight. In schools turned into refugee centers, kids designed posters to keep morale high. Some even came up with ingenious traps using toys and everyday items. much to the frustration of Zorgan patrols. As the second day of war came to a close, the Galactic Council received alarming reports. Earth wasn't falling. It was fighting back with unexpected ferocity and cleverness. The Arcturian ambassador spoke up in the emergency session. "We may have made a grave error in judgment. These humans, they're unlike any species we've encountered." In the White House bunker, President Chen received updates from around the world. Despite heavy losses, humanity was holding its ground. More than that, they were starting to push back. She allowed herself a small smile. "Send word to all nations," she said. "Tell them, Earth stands united, and we will prevail." As night fell, millions of humans looked up at the stars. But now, instead of fear, their eyes held a new emotion: defiance. The Zorgans had awakened a sleeping giant, and Earth's retaliation was just beginning. The galaxy was about to learn a powerful lesson: never underestimate the human spirit. The third day of the invasion dawned, bringing with it a sense of grim determination across the planet. Humanity had survived the initial onslaught, adapted quickly, and was now ready to strike back. This day would mark a turning point in the war against the Zorgans. In the scorched ruins of Sydney, Australia, a ragtag group of survivors huddled around a makeshift radio. Suddenly, a crackle of static gave way to a clear voice. "This is Admiral Zhang of the Combined Earth Defense Force. Today, we fight back. Today, we show these aliens what humans are made of." Cheers erupted from every hidden bunker and resistance camp across the globe. The counterattack was about to begin. High above the Earth, the space around the planet buzzed with activity. The Zorgans had established a blockade, confident that humans couldn't reach them. They were wrong. A swarm of small, agile crafts suddenly appeared, darting between the alien ships. "What are those?" a Zorgan commander hissed in confusion. These were Earth's secret weapon, repurposed civilian spacecraft, hastily outfitted with weapons reverse-engineered from downed alien ships. At their controls were an unlikely mix of Air Force pilots, astronauts, and even civilian drone enthusiasts. Leading the charge was Colonel Fatima Raza, once an ace fighter pilot, now humanity's first space combat commander. "Remember your training," she said to her pilots. "Hit and run. Don't give them time to react." The human ships zipped through the Zorgan fleet, causing chaos and confusion. Their small size made them hard to hit, and their weapons, while crude, were devastatingly effective. For the first time since the invasion began, Zorgan ships fell from the sky in large numbers. On the ground, the tide was turning as well. In the plains of Kansas, farmers had turned their vast fields into a deadly trap. As a Zorgan ground force advanced, thinking to easily overrun the primitive humans, they found themselves stuck in thick, sticky mud. Then, from hidden silos, a barrage of missiles launched, not high-tech weapons, but simple rockets filled with a mixture of fertilizer and chemicals deadly to Zorgan biology. Meanwhile, in the mountains of Switzerland, a different kind of battle was taking place. Here, hackers and computer scientists had set up a secret base inside an old nuclear bunker. Led by Wei Chen, a teenager who had once been scolded for spending too much time gaming, they launched a massive cyber attack on the Zorgan fleet. "It's just like solving a really hard puzzle." Wei grinned as his fingers flew over the keyboard. Alien ship after alien ship lost power, their systems overwhelmed by the unexpected digital assault. Across the world, similar scenes played out. In the Amazon rainforest, indigenous tribes used their knowledge of the land to lead Zorgan patrols into quicksand and pits filled with venomous creatures. In the frozen wastes of Siberia, Russian special forces used the harsh terrain to their advantage, ambushing alien units unused to the extreme cold. But the real game-changer came from an unexpected source. Dr. Emilium Kruma, a paleontologist from Ghana, made a startling discovery. The Zorgans, she announced to a stunned war council, they're deathly allergic to a common protein found in many Earth creatures, including dinosaur fossils. Within hours, museums around the world became impromptu weapon factories. Ground dinosaur bones were loaded into shells, bombs, and even hand grenades. The Zorgans, who had scoffed at Earth's prehistoric past, now found themselves being defeated by it. As the day wore on, more and more regions reported victory. Paris was liberated by a force led by the city's fire department, using their ladders and hoses in ingenious ways to overcome alien defenses. In Tokyo, a group of sumo wrestlers and martial artists reclaimed the imperial palace, their ancient fighting techniques proving surprisingly effective against the technologically advanced but physically weaker Zorgans. By nightfall, it was clear that a major shift had occurred. The Zorgans, once confident of an easy victory, were now on the defensive. Their commander, Grand Marshal Sark, couldn't believe the reports he was receiving. "How?" he roared. "How are these primitives defeating us?" The answer, of course, was the very thing the Zorgans had dismissed: humanity's incredible adaptability, creativity, and unbreakable spirit. As news of the victory spread, hope blossomed across the planet. In the UN's emergency bunker, world leaders who had been arguing just days before now worked together in harmony. "We need to press our advantage," President Chen said. "It's time to take the fight to them." In the Galactic Council chambers, panic was setting in. The Arcturian ambassador's words echoed in the hall. "We have gravely underestimated these humans. They are not primitive at all. They may be the most dangerous species we've ever encountered." As Earth prepared for the next phase of the war, one thing was clear: the turning point had come. Humanity had proven its worth, not just as survivors, but as fierce, innovative warriors. The Zorgans, and indeed the entire galaxy, would never look at Earth the same way again. The human spirit, once awakened, was a force that could reshape the stars themselves. The fourth day of the war against the Zorgans marked the beginning of a new era for humanity. With their initial victories boosting morale, humans now turned their focus to what they did best: innovation. In a hidden underground lab beneath the ruins of MIT, Dr. Samantha Lee stood before a holographic display. Around her, a team of scientists from around the world watched in awe. "Ladies and gentlemen," she said, her voice trembling with excitement, "we've done it. We've cracked the alien propulsion system." The room erupted in cheers. This breakthrough wasn't just about understanding alien tech, it was about surpassing it. Dr. Lee and her team had taken the Zorgan engine design and improved it, making it more efficient and powerful. Meanwhile, in the deserts of New Mexico, a different kind of advancement was taking place. At the site of the old SETI Institute, now a bustling wartime research center, Dr. Juan Mendez made a startling announcement. "We've decoded their communications," he said, his eyes wide with disbelief. "And not just that. We can now jam their signals across the entire solar system." This development would prove crucial in the battles to come. Human forces could now eavesdrop on Zorgan plans and disrupt their coordination at will. But perhaps the most significant leap came from an unexpected source. In a makeshift lab in Lagos, Nigeria, a young prodigy named Adebayo Okafor had been tinkering with alien shield technology. "It's not just for defense," he explained to a group of stunned military officials. "With some modifications, we can turn their own shields into weapons." Adebayo's invention allowed human ships to create localized force fields that could crush Zorgan vessels or protect entire cities from orbital bombardment. It was a game changer. As these breakthroughs were happening, humanity's space program underwent a radical transformation. The International Space Station, once a scientific outpost, became the core of Earth's first true space warship. Christened the HFY Defiance, it combined human ingenuity with reverse-engineered alien tech. Captain Yuki Tanaka, the first commander of the Defiance, addressed her crew as they prepared for their maiden voyage. "Today, we take the fight to the stars," she said, her voice filled with determination. "We will show these aliens that humanity's home doesn't end at our atmosphere." On the ground, other advancements were changing the face of the war. In the forests of Germany, engineers had developed a new type of camouflage that could bend light, making soldiers nearly invisible to Zorgan sensors. In the mountains of Tibet, monks working with quantum physicists had found a way to use meditation techniques to enhance human reflexes, allowing pilots to keep up with the lightning-fast alien ships. But it wasn't just about military technology. In hospitals around the world, doctors were making incredible strides in healing and enhancing the human body. Dr. Aisha Patel in Mumbai had developed a way to temporarily boost human strength and speed, using a combination of alien biotech and Ayurvedic medicine. "We're not just fighting the aliens," she said. "We're evolving to meet the challenge." As news of these advancements spread, hope and excitement replaced fear across the planet. Humanity was not just surviving. It was thriving under pressure. Schools reopened, now teaching advanced physics alongside basic math. Children played with toys that simulated alien technology, preparing the next generation for life among the stars. In orbit, the first human-made faster-than-light communication device crackled to life. It was crude compared to Zorgan standards, but it worked. For the first time, Earth could send messages across vast distances instantly. To any alien civilizations receiving this went the historic first message: "We are humanity. We come in peace, but we will defend ourselves. The galaxy is big enough for all of us." The Zorgans, who had expected to find a broken, primitive species, instead faced an enemy growing stronger by the hour. Their leaders watched in disbelief as human technology began to match, and in some cases surpassed their own. In the Galactic Council chambers, urgent meetings were held. The Arcturian ambassador spoke gravely. "We may have awakened something we don't understand. These humans, they don't just adapt. They evolve at an alarming rate." Back on Earth, as the sun set on the fourth day of war, humanity looked to the stars with new eyes. They had taken alien technology and made it their own. They had turned a devastating invasion into an opportunity for growth. And they were just getting started. President Chen addressed the world from the newly rebuilt White House. "My fellow humans," she said, her voice filled with pride and determination, "today marks a new chapter in our history. We have proven that we belong among the stars. And soon, very soon, we will take our place in the galaxy." As cheers echoed around the world, even the distant stars seemed to shine a little brighter, as if in recognition of humanity's indomitable spirit and newfound power. As the fifth day of the war dawned, Earth was ready to take the fight to the stars. The newly formed Earth Defense Fleet, led by the flagship HS Defiance, prepared for humanity's first interstellar mission. Their target, the Zorgan homeworld. Admiral Yuki Tanaka stood on the bridge of the Defiance, her eyes fixed on the main view screen. "All ships report ready, Admiral," her second-in-command announced. Tanaka nodded, her face a mask of determination. "Then let's make history. For Earth." With a flash of light that outshone the stars, the Earth fleet engaged their new faster-than-light drives. In an instant, they were gone, leaving behind a stunned solar system and a cheering humanity. Back on Earth, Mission Control erupted in applause. Dr. Samantha Lee, the architect of the new drive system, wiped tears from her eyes. "They did it," she whispered. "They really did it." Millions of light years away, in the Zorgan home system, alarms blared as the Earth fleet materialized. The Zorgans, caught completely off guard, scrambled to mount a defense. They had never imagined that the primitive humans could reach them so quickly. "This is Admiral Tanaka of Earth," the transmission echoed across Zorgan frequencies. "We come seeking justice for your unprovoked attack. Surrender now, or face the consequences." The response was immediate and hostile. Zorgan warships poured out of hangars, their weapons charged. But they were about to face something they had never encountered before: human ingenuity combined with advanced technology. The battle that followed would be remembered for centuries. Earth ships, smaller and more agile, danced between the lumbering Zorgan cruisers. They used tactics that seemed insane to the rigid Zorgan military doctrine, but they worked. Captain Miguel Rodriguez of the HSS Valiant pulled off a maneuver that would become legendary. He flew his ship directly into the gravity well of a gas giant, using it to slingshot around and ambush a Zorgan dreadnought from behind. "That's for Buenos Aires," he shouted as his weapons found their mark. On the Zorgan homeworld, panic set in. Their leaders, who had boasted about crushing Earth, now hid in bunkers. The common Zorgans watched the sky in terror, realizing for the first time that they were vulnerable. But humans didn't just bring superior firepower. They brought a secret weapon: empathy. As the Defiance approached the Zorgan capital, Admiral Tanaka made a decision that would change the course of galactic history. "We're not here to destroy you," her message rang out across the planet. "We're here to show you a better way. Look at how we've grown, how we've evolved. We can do the same for you. Together, we can build a better galaxy." Her words, translated into the Zorgan language, caused confusion at first. Then, something remarkable happened. In cities across the Zorgan world, civilians began to emerge, waving makeshift white flags. The Zorgan military, seeing their own people turn against them, began to lay down their arms. It wasn't just defeat, it was a revolution. As news of the Earth fleet's victory spread across the galaxy, the Galactic Council was thrown into chaos. The Arcturian ambassador stood up, his voice cutting through the din. "We have made a terrible mistake," he announced. "These humans are not primitives. They are the future of our galaxy." Back in the solar system, Earth celebrated. But it wasn't just a celebration of victory. It was a celebration of transformation. Humanity had faced its greatest challenge and emerged stronger, wiser, and ready to take its place among the stars. In Times Square, now rebuilt and gleaming with a mix of Earth and alien technology, massive screens showed the Zorgan surrender. Cheers echoed through the canyons of skyscrapers. President Chen addressed the world once more. "My fellow humans," she began, her voice filled with emotion. "Today marks not the end, but a new beginning. We have proven ourselves not just to our enemies, but to the entire galaxy. Now we have a chance to shape the future, not just for Earth, but for all sentient beings." As her words echoed around the world, humans everywhere looked up at the stars with new eyes. They had faced extinction and instead found transcendence. The galaxy was no longer a threat. It was a frontier filled with endless possibilities. On the Defiance, Admiral Tanaka allowed herself a small smile as she looked out at the Zorgan homeworld. "Send a message to Earth," she said. Tell them we're coming home. And we're bringing new friends." As the Earth fleet prepared for the journey back, carrying Zorgan ambassadors and scientists eager to learn and cooperate, a new era dawned. Humanity had not just survived, they had changed the course of galactic history. The stars themselves seemed to shine brighter, welcoming humanity to its new destiny among them. The return of the Earth fleet, accompanied by Zorgan representatives, marked the beginning of a new chapter in human history. As the ships descended through Earth's atmosphere, millions watched in awe. The world held its breath, wondering what this new era would bring. Admiral Tanaka, flanked by Zorgan Ambassador Kraz, stepped off the Defiance onto the grounds of the United Nations headquarters in New York. The crowd fell silent, then erupted in cheers as Tanaka and Kraz shook hands. "On behalf of Earth, we welcome you in peace," President Chen said, her voice echoing across the globe. Kraz, his alien features arranged in what humans would learn was a smile, replied, "And on behalf of the Zorgan people, we come seeking friendship and forgiveness." But not everyone was ready to forgive and forget. As the initial euphoria faded, voices of dissent began to rise. "How can we trust them?" people asked. "They tried to destroy us." In response, the UN convened a special session. Representatives from every nation gathered to debate Earth's future role in galactic affairs. The discussions were heated, with some calling for isolationism, others for aggressive expansion. It was Dr. Emilian Kruma, the paleontologist whose discovery had turned the tide of war, who offered a compelling vision. "We have a unique opportunity," she said, her voice ringing through the assembly hall. We can bridge the gap between the old and the new, between different species and cultures. Let us be the mediators of the galaxy. Her words struck a chord. Earth had proven its strength, but now it had a chance to prove its wisdom. Meanwhile, the Galactic Council was in turmoil. The defeat of the Zorgans and the rise of humanity had shaken the very foundations of galactic politics. Many council members feared Earth's growing power. It was in this tense atmosphere that Earth's first official delegation arrived at the Council's space station. Led by diplomat Sarah Wong, the team included scientists, soldiers, and even a few children, a deliberate choice to show the diversity of human experience. As they entered the council chambers, a hush fell over the alien representatives. Wong stepped forward, her head held high. "Esteemed members of the Galactic Council," she began, "we come not as conquerors, but as partners. Earth requests formal recognition and a seat at this table." The council erupted in debate. Some species supported Earth's bid, impressed by human resilience and innovation. Others opposed it, fearing the changes humans might bring. The Arcturian ambassador, who had long advocated for humanity, spoke up. "My fellow council members," he said, his crystalline voice cutting through the noise, "we cannot ignore the facts. Humans have shown not only great strength, but also mercy and wisdom. They spared the Zorgans when they could have destroyed them. They seek to learn and grow. Can we afford to reject such potential allies?" As the debate raged, humans back on Earth waited anxiously. In classrooms, children learned about alien cultures. In laboratories, scientists collaborated with Zorgan experts, pushing the boundaries of knowledge. And in homes around the world, families looked to the stars, wondering what new wonders and challenges awaited. After days of intense negotiation, a decision was reached. The Galactic Council would grant Earth provisional membership, with full status to be decided after a probationary period. When the news reached Earth, celebrations erupted worldwide. But with this new status came new responsibilities. Earth would need to prove itself not just as a military power, but as a diplomatic and cultural force. In response, the United Nations established the Department of Galactic Affairs. Its mission: to represent Earth's interests while fostering peace and cooperation across the galaxy. As Earth prepared for its new role, changes swept across the planet. Schools added xenobiology and alien languages to their curricula. Artists created works that blended human and alien aesthetics. Scientists worked on projects that would benefit not just Earth, but all sentient species. President Chen, addressing the world one last time before stepping down to lead Earth's delegation to the Galactic Council, summed up the mood. "We have faced our greatest challenge and emerged stronger. Now we face an even greater one: to be worthy of our place among the stars. But I have faith in humanity. We will not just survive in this new galactic community. We will thrive and help it grow." As her words echoed across the planet, humans everywhere felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. They had won their place in the galaxy. Now they had to prove they deserved it. The stars, once distant and unreachable, now beckoned with endless possibilities. Humanity stood on the threshold of a new age, ready to write the next chapter of their cosmic story. 5 years had passed since Earth joined the Galactic Council. The planet, once seen as a backwater world, had become a shining beacon of innovation and diplomacy in the galaxy. Today, the council chambers buzzed with excitement as Earth's probationary period came to an end. Sarah Wong, now Earth's senior ambassador, stood before the assembled alien representatives. Her eyes sparkled with pride as she addressed the council. "Esteemed colleagues," she began, "5 years ago, we came to you as newcomers. Today, we stand before you as partners, friends, and fellow guardians of galactic peace." The chamber erupted in a cacophony of alien cheers and applause. Earth had not just survived its trial period. It had thrived. Back on Earth, humans gathered around holoscreens to watch the proceedings. In New York, Tokyo, Lagos, and countless other cities, People held their breath, waiting for the Council's decision. The Arcturian ambassador, Earth's longtime advocate, rose to speak. "In my long life," he said, his crystalline voice ringing clear, "I have never seen a species adapt and grow as quickly as humans. They have brought new ideas, new technologies, and a unique perspective to our galactic community. I move that we grant Earth full membership in the Galactic Council." The vote was nearly unanimous. As the result was announced, celebrations erupted across Earth and its new colony worlds. Humanity had officially taken its place among the stars. But with this new status came new responsibilities. Earth was now expected to play a larger role in galactic affairs. And play it did. In the years that followed, human diplomats became known for their skill in mediating conflicts between alien races. The same adaptability and creativity that had helped Earth defeat the Zorgans now helped them bridge cultural gaps across the galaxy. Dr. Emilian Kruma, whose work had been crucial during the war, now led a team of synorchaeologists. Their mission: to uncover the secrets of ancient alien civilizations and share that knowledge with all species. Human scientists, working alongside alien colleagues, made breakthrough after breakthrough. They developed new clean energy sources, more efficient faster than light drives, and medical treatments that extended lifespans across multiple species. But perhaps humanity's greatest contribution was their art and culture. Alien beings found themselves moved to tears by human music, fascinated by human literature, and inspired by human art. Cultural exchanges flourished, leading to new forms of expression that blended the best of many worlds. On Earth itself, society had transformed. Cities now featured architecture that combined Earth aesthetics with alien influences. In schools, children learned about galactic history alongside human history. And in homes across the planet, families often included adopted members from other species. The Zorgans, once Earth's greatest enemy, had become one of its closest allies. The two species worked together to rebuild worlds damaged in the war and to create new technologies that benefited all. Admiral Tanaka, now retired, stood on the observation deck of the Galactic Council station. Besides her stood Kraz, the former Zorgan ambassador, now her close friend. "Did you ever imagine it would turn out like this?" Kraz asked. Tanaka smiled, her eyes fixed on the blue marble of Earth visible in the distance. "Not in my wildest dreams," she replied. "But that's the beauty of humanity. We always surprise ourselves." As they watched, a fleet of ships emerged from Earth's atmosphere. A mix of human and alien vessels, embarking on a joint scientific mission to explore uncharted regions of the galaxy. On one of those ships, a young human ensign named Lai Chen looked out at the stars with wonder. She was the first of her family to be born in space, a true child of the galactic age. As the ship engaged its faster-than-light drive, she felt a thrill of excitement. What new wonders would they discover? What challenges would they face? Back in the council chambers, Ambassador Wong concluded her speech. "We have come far," she said, "but our journey is just beginning. Humanity pledges to continue working towards a brighter future for all sentient beings. Together, we will explore, learn, and grow. The galaxy is vast, but united. There is no challenge we cannot overcome." As her words echoed across space, carried by faster-than-light communications to every corner of the known galaxy, humans and aliens alike felt a sense of hope and possibility. Earth had faced extinction and emerged stronger. It had turned enemies into friends and challenges into opportunities. Now, as a full member of the galactic community, humanity looked to the future with confidence and wonder. The stars, once so distant, now felt like home, and the adventure was just beginning.